My Iowa experience fully changed my life, and I was able to like achieve kind of everything that I wanted to career-wise. Hi, University of Iowa graduate reporting to you live from Beverly Hills. Not kidding. I logged into my old YouTube account and I noticed that I was still getting like 10 or 20 views. I don't know if it was a month or a week on my old like what to expect when you're going to the University of Iowa videos. And I just felt like called to like make an update and like kind of share my experience. Like those videos are like going to be 10 years old in 2 years, which is insane. I started my YouTube channel in 2018. I had just broken up with my like high school sweetheart, if you will, like kind of to get myself out of that dark time at age 18, 19. I just needed something to put my creativity into. This was way before like doing content creation was like a normalized thing. Like this was pre-TikTok, whatever. And I had always been a creative person throughout high school. I had always watched YouTube videos and was just like transparently like too insecure to do anything like that. And like I definitely talked to friends that I went to school with later and was like, I wish I would have just said it and like started a YouTube channel in high school and started just like trying to do something for myself, but I was too young. Honestly, even starting a YouTube channel in 2018 when I was in college was really hard, like to just let go of embarrassment and be vulnerable. My friends from home were really not, you know, like me in the way that like I had like grew up watching YouTube and had followed influencers before influencers were a thing. So I was definitely scared of being judged. And it's just like so crazy to see how far like social media and content creation have come from that point. When I started this channel when I was in college, it made me stick out and stand out, but it was all in a good way for everything that I wanted and all of my goals. Big reason too for starting this channel was because I wanted to be a Victoria's Secret Pink campus rep, and I knew that this is something that would definitely help my application. And as you could see if you look through my channel, I ended up getting that job. Getting that job essentially, amongst other things, led me to where I am now. I just like really grinded at that role. I just put a lot of my eggs into the career basket, trying to do things that would like improve my resume. I spent like hours and hours building my LinkedIn profile, like applying to internships and stuff. And then I also worked in Iowa's admissions office, like as a social media assistant. And that job also came from this YouTube channel because the hiring manager knew who I was, because her job was to scour social media related to like giving reviews of Iowa and like stuff like that. So she had seen my YouTube channel before, and so she knew who I was from this channel. So like I was able to get a leg up in getting that job. I think I had some very small level like social media internships and social media experience too. I didn't just get it based on my YouTube channel, but it really helped a lot at the time. Something that looking back now, I think really set me apart from my peers is just like willingness to like put myself out there, take a risk and fail, and just not, you know, thinking about my pride or thinking about like what my other like fellow classmates that I would see when I was going out like would think of me. I would send internships to my friends and be like, hey, you should apply for this, and they wouldn't, because they just were like, oh, it's too big of a company, I won't get it. And I was the complete opposite of that, and I think that's what like led my life on the path that it has taken so far. I posted a whole video trying to get TikTok to hire me on LinkedIn, like talking through my resume. And I realized this is probably easier said than done. If you're, you know, watching my old videos because you're going to go to Iowa, like you've grown up in such like a surveillance heavy, like every move on social media era of growing up. But like really swallowing my pride and like doing all of those things is what like got me to the point that I am currently at. I wish that I could have told my very young high school self what I kind of learned in college was that like, you know, acting based on like the judgment of others and peer groups that are going to be very temporary in my life was not going to serve me. And I kind of learned that in college with like putting myself out there through this YouTube channel, through like other content creation, and like knowing that my channel or my TikToks weren't going to blow up, but like they still served me really well. The whole reason I wanted to make this video was just to tell incoming Iowa students or anyone younger, or anyone that could use the message that your, you know, dreams and goals are possible. My goal was to get a really cool job in a big city. And I was able to do that right after college, was able to get a job at Princess Polly, which is a women's fashion website. And I was able to run their college ambassador program there, which allowed me to move out to Los Angeles. And that was all based on my resume. I had no connections at all to the company. And it was all based on all of the work that I had done, based on putting myself out there, based on everything up to that point that I had worked on in college, including with starting out by like taking a risk and putting myself out there by making this YouTube channel. I got to be a part of like shoot days, on campus events. I got an employee discount. Like I met a bunch of friends that were also, you know, creating content and really fashion focused. And then after that job, I moved on to work at Tinder. And I was also working on college marketing and influencer marketing. Really, like, that role was like kind of culminated everything that I wanted. I like got to kind of be a leader and make decisions and spend money on, you know, marketing ideas I had believed in. I got to travel so much for that job. I got to go to New York Fashion Week completely by myself. I got to go to spring break. I got to go to like New York multiple times for different events, and kind of in a more like leadership capacity than I had before. All of that, both roles were like truly what I had wanted and worked for throughout my college experience. It was really gratifying to, you know, be in rooms with people, and like it really kind of like healed my younger self that was making these YouTube videos, to like, you know, people on my team or at my company had gone to like Ivy League schools or UCLA or USC, and like I was in the same rooms that they were, even though I was told so much in my younger high school years, and by like my ex-boyfriend in particular at the time when I started my YouTube channel, that like status and prestige of the university you went to was like something that mattered. So it just really like healed, you know, a part of myself. Yeah, and being able to look back, you know, being like, I'm 26 now, washed up, looking at like peers and other people that would like, you know, not only have those opinions or be judgmental or, you know, went to those prestigious colleges, like are living a life right now that I wouldn't want to live and wouldn't be the best fit for me. And then sometimes looking on paper, like my life is a lot more exciting and I have more, you know, flashy companies on my resume than those people. Now looking from an older age with insecurity coming from themselves, were, you know, being judgmental and saying those kind of things. Yeah, and another reason I'm making this video is that I kind of got everything I ever wanted already. I essentially already accomplished like the goals that I had in my early 20s and like late teens as a college student, and now getting into the latter half of my 20s. I'm kind of trying to define like what else I actually want outside of work. If you had told past me, who was actively posting on this channel, that I'm trying to like root my life around something else than my career right now, like she wouldn't believe you. Also, she would not believe that I'm at the point where I'm like, okay, I kind of got everything I already wanted. Like I essentially achieved the goal of this YouTube channel already, and like achieved my early 20s and late teens goals already. Yeah, I really just wanted to make this because I wanted the like young people, the like 10 or so views that I'm getting a week on my old University of Iowa videos, that my Iowa experience fully changed my life and I was able to like achieve kind of everything that I wanted to career-wise. Not as an ad to like go to Iowa, it will change your life, but like to like take a risk and really do what you feel is best for you, because clearly like outside pressures and other people's opinion really affected me at that age deeply, but I didn't let it stop me from like going after my goals and my dreams and doing something like cringe, like making a YouTube channel, because like taking that risk and doing that is the only reason that like 26-year-old me is making this video like live from Beverly Hills, living in Los Angeles. I don't know, I think if you're younger and you've been online more, you might, you know, have more of this mindset, but if you were looking for a sign to follow your intuition and your gut and doing what's best for you, I hope this is it. If you're one of few who stumbled upon this video and are younger, in college, going to Iowa potentially, I am like, doors are totally open to like career advice or a mentorship session, like especially if you're a current Iowa student. Like please feel free to like message me on LinkedIn. It's the same as this YouTube channel, and I like am totally open to like coffee chats or calls or whatever, if you know you're like looking at marketing, influencer marketing, if this reaches more than people who know me that just have been subscribed for 7 years. I also wanted to say something that I never expected was kind of getting burnt out from social media. I thought that I wanted to be a social media manager and like content creator for brands. Like when I was in college, that was like an option I was looking at post-grad. And I'm really glad that didn't happen, because I feel like I've gotten so burnt out from short form content and creating content and being someone who's on the business side of social media, that in my personal life I've been like completely off the grid from like traditional social media. I've been heavy on YouTube, and that's something I never would have predicted. And also kind of looking at a next stage in my career that like involves less of being on social is something I would have never ever predicted. Your dreams and goals, even though I've talked a lot about it and about like accomplishing mine, that they can change and that they're fluid. You don't have to lock into one route and follow it for the rest of your life. Even when I was going into college, I was like an American history major or something, and then quickly changed that to communications, and then ended up in a marketing career. So all's that to say, don't feel like you have to have it figured out right away. I kind of figured it out by stumbling into it. Like, as I kind of mentioned, my step one was like starting this YouTube channel and wanting to be a Victoria's Secret Pink campus rep, and then all the dominoes kind of fell and I sort of created a career without intentionally doing it, and just by following what I was passionate about, taking risks, swallowing my pride, and putting myself out there. I really hope that if anybody stumbled upon this from watching my like why should you go to Iowa videos, that you got something out of this, and I wish you so much luck, and I wish the growth that I received when I was in college and through these past few years upon all of you at that age. I think it's natural that you'll grow within these years, but I just didn't expect how positive it would be for me, and that I only would want to grow and challenge myself more. Thank you so much for watching. I don't know if I'll post regularly on here, but I was just called to kind of put a life update on here since those videos were like still getting little amounts of views, and just kind of wanted to share that going to the University of Iowa really did allow me to achieve my dreams and goals, career-wise, even if they were just in the short term. So thank you so much for watching, and hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.